Alright, this is the bar units, like the wall mount bar units. And so what happened is when I open this panel, they are complaining about the breaker every time it turn on, it trip. So what I found is on the contactor there's some burn connection right there, and also this is a problem. Like somebody put a kickstart relay. When I first saw this, it's kind of late, like sideways like that. So what happened is in this kickstart relay, usually what happens is they have a potential relay on top, and that potential relay supposed to, when the back EFM build up, and the potential relay should cut off the connections, and it shouldn't continue providing the starting torque for the compressor. If you turn it on sideways, that may be the problem, and it's pulling a very high amperage is doing that, and it's doing the arcing and the terminal jumping over to the other and short to the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this terminal. I'm going to replace this wire to this connection right here, and after that I'll continue the video. Alright, I'm going to brush clean that breaker for sure. It looks pretty dusty there. Alright guys, I also found, so as I install this contactor, I accidentally have this wire come off, and I lose track where it's coming off. And then later I go find this schematic, and it showed me that it showed me that the connection should be up here with one of the connection going to that transformer. So right away I know it's going to the primary side of the transformer, because I have the other side. I have one side to the IB to the defrost board, and I have the other side to the line 1 directly, so I'm missing this wire to the transformer. And as I go through the transformer, I noticed something. I noticed this wire from the transformer was the one that was hooked up to this right wire, which could be a problem, because if you see on the transformer, that orange is 240, and look what I've got here from power source. So look what I've got. I'm getting 201. I mean, so I should hook up to that. Instead of hook up to the orange, which is 240, I should hook up to the red, which is 208. And also a couple things. I know some of the guys who saw the problem, like if you see the burn contactor or whatever, the capacitor, they probably just replace it. But if you really go through the system, you could see a lot of problems here. Like, you gotta be thorough, because we don't want to call back or anything like that. We want to be professionals. So, and right here, there's a bunch of wire. You can see there's a discoloration. That means that wire is rubbing against this compressor crankcase, and sooner or later those wires are gonna be exposed, and it's gonna arc on this compressor crankcase, and that's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna fix all this connection right here and make it not to attach to the piping, especially this one, because they're gonna have a vibration sooner or later. Those are not good. This looked like this crap. And there's a run capacitor for that condenser motor, so I'm gonna fix all this and make sure they are no longer in the vibration. They could be a problem in the future. Alright, so I have everything patched up, all the wires straight out, and I do connect that transformer to the right wire. That way it's getting 208 instead of 240, and it's gonna give me the secondary correct voltage. To replace the contactor, straight out a lot of wiring, put a new connectors here. This kickstart it has a screw hole here for a reason. So I drill a 5/16 here and secure this kickstart so it's vertically mounted, and check the stock capacitor for the range, and it's still within the range, so we're good from there. And so this rubbing area, what I did is you see there's a sticky pad, so I use a rag and mop the area so it become clean, and then I stick that sticky pad, attach this entire bundle, and so it's secure to the casing instead of secure to either this tubing right here. You still see that mark, and that side of the crankcase is, so I cleared that area. Now even it's vibrating, it's not gonna rubbing against that crankcase. So that clipper is really helpful, so I suggest everybody get it from Grainger, and here's a part number for it. You can get it from Grainger, and it's super cheap. I think it's less than $5, maybe even like $3 for this. So you can clean the area attached to the side of the casing and prevent rubbing against the refrigerant lines.